Stretch your arms out as wide as they go. From the tip of your right middle finger to the tip of your left, you are looking at the entire 4.5 billion year history of Earth. All of human history, every empire, every war, every single invention, fits right here on the very tip of your left middle fingernail. We tend to look around and think of our planet as a peaceful, perfectly balanced cradle for life. But your right arm is a hellscape of molten lava. Your torso is a couple billion years of microscopic slime. For 99.9% of its history, this planet was a hostile environment that repeatedly wiped the slate clean. The path to that fingernail is paved with 5 planetary resets, catastrophes that inadvertently engineered the unlikely conditions required for us to exist. Around 4.5 billion years ago, gravity pulled a cloud of dust and gas into a sphere of molten lava. Heavy elements, like iron and gold, sank to the center to form the Earth's inner core. That dense core generated a magnetic field, shielding the surface from the sun's deadly solar wind. But a magnetic shield couldn't stop a Mars-sized planet named Theia. It hit our future home with enough force to knock the planet off its axis and blast a moon-sized ball of magma into orbit. Relentless asteroid bombardments followed, delivering the water necessary to cool the crust and form the first oceans. Deep inside those early oceans, microscopic slime took hold. By 2.7 billion years ago, a type of microbe called cyanobacteria developed a biological process called photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the method by which organisms use sunlight and carbon dioxide to produce food. These early colonies pumped out so much oxygen that it replaced the methane in the early atmosphere. This triggered the Great Oxidation Event, a biological apocalypse that wiped out most existing life and plunged the Earth into a global ice age. The life that survived was forced into an evolutionary corner. These organisms began to metabolize the oxygen, turning a toxic gas into the high-energy fuel required to power all future complex life. 444 million years ago, tectonic drift pushed the supercontinent Gondwana over the South Pole. This triggered a deep freeze that locked the planet's water in giant glaciers, draining the shallow seas and killing 85% of all marine species. To escape the predators and the shrinking habitats of the oceans, life adapted. A creature called Tiktaalik dragged itself out of the water, using limb-like fins to pioneer the first terrestrial ecosystems. As these land animals multiplied, tectonic forces smashed the land into a single megacontinent called Pangaea, a world of lush coastal paradises and massive inland deserts. Then, 252 million years ago, a massive volcanic complex in modern-day Siberia erupted continuously for 1 million years. These eruptions pumped enough carbon dioxide into the air to turn the oceans acidic. This event, known as the Great Dying, eradicated 96% of marine species and 70% of land animals. This near-total reboot was the ultimate ecological cleanser. It emptied the board, creating the vast, unoccupied space necessary for the dinosaurs to evolve and dominate. Dinosaurs grew into 4-story behemoths during the Cretaceous period, thriving in a steaming hot world. There were no polar ice caps, and sea levels were 200 meters higher than today. Their 160 million year reign ended in a literal flash when a 10-kilometer-wide asteroid struck the Yucatan Peninsula. The resulting global nuclear winter ended the reptilian rule and killed almost every animal larger than 25 kilograms. This devastating cosmic accident was the luckiest day in history for our tiny, shrew-like mammalian ancestors. They were finally free to emerge from the shadows and conquer a predator-free globe. Over the next 30 million years, those mammals rapidly filled every vacant niche, evolving into everything from bats to whales to carnivores. Eventually, the first hominids stood up from all fours and began walking upright on 2 legs full-time. In a geological blink, humanity mastered fire, outcompeted every other hominid cousin, and developed written symbols to archive their own history. Our modern wealth is built directly on this violent past. The precious metals we mine today are the concentrated leftovers of ancient volcanic explosions and asteroid impacts. Humanity is the lucky beneficiary of a 4.5 billion year engine of destruction, and the first species ever capable of looking backward to witness the chaos that made us.